is Lola from lolaandola.com, and today's topic is why there's so many divorces in the church today.
My name's Ola. Why are there so many divorces in the church
today?
Yeah, I mean, I can come up with 4 reasons. You come up with one, you promise?
Yes.
One reason. Okay.
Yes.
All right, good. The first reason is number 1, demonizing divorce. That's the number 1 reason. Yeah. So, demonizing divorce. You do have a story around that, right? Demonizing divorce. When you asked me for divorce,
right.
those years ago, what was some of the things you heard from church folks?
Well, some of the things I heard from church folks is that a wise woman keeps her home.
And how did you feel about that? You felt like you shouldn't keep your home.
It made me feel like somebody told me to shut the fuck up and stop complaining.
It made you feel like I want divorce.
Yes, and it made me want it more, actually. You're right. Yes.
Yeah, that's the number 1 reason. Demonizing, as long as the church continues to demonize divorce, they're going to attract exactly what they fear the most.
Right. And
that comes right off the top for me, and especially after hearing some stories on Clubhouse, it's just even right there, like there was this discussion going on right there in that same room. You find a whole guy actively trying to demonize a woman who did not ask herself for divorce. This is she went through a situation where the husband decided to change overnight and convert to another religion altogether, when he was in fact a super award-winning usher in the church.
Wow.
And told the girl that he saw the girl in his vision that he's supposed to marry, and now he changed his mind, doesn't want to marry anymore, or he wanted a different religion. It was just crazy. I don't want to tell too much of our story.
Oh my goodness,
but
that's crazy.
But that girl went through that, and she was sharing.
Yeah.
She was being vulnerable, and you have a guy effectively in that same moment actively trying to convince the girl that she could never get married again because she divorced.
Wow.
Somebody had to pull out. She made somebody else pull out the scripture to support them. I'm like, no, I don't have to pull out the scripture. You're evil if you have to.
You can't even empathize with the lady in that.
Like, come on,
You just justified.
It's crazy, yeah.
What you just said.
So,
and that's the reason why she's running.
Yeah. And that's a good segue to the second reason. Second reason would be spiritual weakness. A lot of people confuse going to church and being religious with spiritual strength.
Right.
And
they don't have a connection with God directly.
Yeah, exactly. Your spiritual strength is tested when there's crisis, when there's conflict, right? Can you listen to another person with a different belief system, or you're just attached to your belief system? Right? Especially a person you claim to have married. Do you understand that people come from different backgrounds, right? If you don't understand that, you're probably not spiritually strong. You may know how to quote every scripture in the Bible, like most of this type of people.
Right.
And by the way, let me slow down a little bit. This is not an attack against the church. It's just bringing awareness. When you use the word "so many" in your question, why are so many? Usually there's a form of exaggeration there. Let me just acknowledge that first. But the truth is that divorce is happening a lot in the church.
It is happening.
Right. Regardless of what you like to call it. So, what do you think about that? Spiritual strength, spiritual weakness.
I mean,
do you feel like the church is spiritually weak? Not the church. The church is just a building, but the people.
I think the
majority of people in the church, right?
I think this is what I see when I go to church. I see a lot of people who come to church to socialize, and there's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely nothing wrong with it, because I actually enjoy that as well. There's benefits to going to the church when you have occasions.
It's called fellowship.
People can actually be there for you. They can be your strength when you need them.
Well, some of them right now, they're stopping you and they're saying, slow down. That's why you go to church. You need Jesus.
I mean, if that's the only reason why you go to church, you actually need Jesus, because you don't have Jesus in you. You have to have a connection. Church is a building. You need to know God for yourself.
Okay. Another way of saying it is that you don't have a strong enough relationship with your higher self. That's what some people call God. Because people come from different places in all over the world, from different religions, different culture, and all these things. And the church don't realize that they're just people first, right? And so if you're people first, you understand that it's not your relationship with the building or the religion, but with your higher
pastor.
self.
I mean, come on,
pastors.
let's keep it real.
Yeah. The third reason is lack of purpose. Precisely connection to purpose. And purpose at all levels. I'm not talking about career only. I'm talking about even marriage itself. If I found out myself that I was disconnected from personal purpose. When she asked me for divorce, one of the work that I had to do, one of the few things I had to find out, these reasons I'm giving you came from our personal story.
Right.
Precisely from my standpoint, I discovered that I was disconnected from my personal purpose. So I had a lot of time for a lot of bullshit.
Right.
So, and
he shocked you.
But part of it also was that I also didn't. Part of it also was that I also didn't identify purpose of marriage.
Right.
We were just doing marriage as we're supposed to, right?
Right.
So,
like common sense marriage, right?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Absolutely.
So fourth reason, is lack of self-awareness. So that leads to self. When you don't realize that you're just human like everybody else, right?
With a fish brain, like my husband likes to say.
Like fish brain, like all of us. You have fish brain. When you don't realize that, then you won't put in the work. You won't put in work on self-development. So that directly translates to you not knowing how to handle crisis and handling when it happens. It's gonna look like your wife is out to hurt you. It's gonna look like your husband is out to hurt you.
Yes, sir.
They're gonna say things to you that you're like, are you
hit you
kidding me?
with
You said that to me with your mouth?
Oh, he hates me.
Right?
I can stand that guy.
You're gonna hear things that will test your faith, test everything you stand for, right? So
and you're gonna ask yourself, did I make a mistake marrying this person?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So self-awareness, self-worth, you're gonna feel insecure. You're gonna act like you're not insecure. Well, you're not gonna know that you can be insecure. You're not gonna realize that you can be narcissistic. You're gonna blame everything on your spouse.
On the other person.
Which means you're gonna take attention away from some work that you need to do too. Maybe all of the work on yourself. Right? So lack of self-awareness is a big part of that. And I'm gonna leave it to my beautiful wife to tell us what's the fifth reason.
Lack of effective communication.
All right, so wait. Lack of effective communication, right?
Yes.
Lack of effect. So we didn't say communication because communication means different things to different people.
You're just talking, Sha.
For some people, it's just talking.
Yes, just talking.
Just conversations.
Yes.
Let's just have conversations about everything.
Yes.
Everything. We talk about everything. I don't care.
Too much.
I don't care. We're just gonna talk about everything.
You talk too much.
Right? You talk too damn much. Well, that's not the church problem, but it's people, like we said, it's people that are inside the church.
Yeah.
So let's not blame this attack the church. It's across board.
It is.
But more so in church because religion can create a blind spot for people where they feel like, there's nothing else to learn. We learned everything already.
Yes.
So that's a good point, babe. Lack of effective communication, which means 80% listening.
Okay.
80% listening. How are you trying to communicate with people that you don't even understand? How are you trying to communicate when you don't even understand yourself yet? You take the time to learn yourself.
Yeah. Deep.
So here's the thing. If you notice, we went to the core. We've done some deep root cause analysis here to come up with those 5. But I believe there's 1,001 other reasons why there's so much, quote unquote, so many, which I think is exaggeration, so many divorces in church. Why don't you share any reasons you feel, like pride, humility, things like that, like money, sex? Some people think like it's really sex and money. I don't disagree with that. I just think that's more of a symptom. Those are things that shows up after you are lacking the other things. But sex, money, what reasons? What are the reasons? Maybe bad counseling in church. Some people say bad pre-counseling. People are not prepared. What are the reasons in your mind? Just share yours in the comment below. Why you think there are so many divorces in church. Just go download the book for free.
Okay.
Getmymarriageback.com. Share it with somebody. Share with it's a 200 pages book. We cover this kind of stuff in details. Our story,
our own story,
our personal story,
yes.
And how we came back. Let's continue the discussion in the box below. See.